Here I'm on the home WordPress site for the class, Art 385 Web. What I want to show right now is how I customized this default WordPress theme to add the list of your sites on the network in the sidebar over here. Right now, this is all pretty much the default settings for the theme. I edited this first post. Most of you have commented on the post. And over here in the sidebar, you see some widgets. There's a search widget, a widget that lists recent posts, recent comments, a link to the archives, a link to pages in different categories, and the meta section has our login, logout, and some links to your basic WordPress kind of stuff. So I'm going to go into, I'll just go into the dashboard. And over here, what we're going to be working with is links, first off. Right now, these are pages. These are the links to the pages. And here are the categories that these pages are listed under. Now, if you notice there's one here, which is my student site, like your site, I've assigned a category to, class WordPress sites. This is very similar to in your HTML and CSS when you would assign a class to a tag, like article, class recipe. I'm basically tagging this with a category that I can then use. Then what I'm going to do is create a list of all the sites that are in that category in the sidebar. First thing I need to do is get the links to all your sites in here. I've created all your sites. If I go into Add New, this is where I can put the links to your sites in there. This is very similar to the process I went through creating the sites. I'll go ahead and select one here. I'll copy the name of one of the students, paste it in. Now the web address, I ought to go ahead and concatenate together everything that goes with this. All of your sites are going to be at HTTP. Don't forget the HTTP : not word, webdesignclass.info / and then the name of the page. I'm not going to put a description in here. I'm not going to be using that. But this is the other key thing is I want to put this in the category of class WordPress sites. That'll allow me to select it with the other sites and put it in the sidebar. I'm going to add the link. Okay, now I'm going to go through and do the same for the other pages. But let me show you what I'm able to do with this. If we go into link categories, we see that these are the current categories available. Blogroll is the default one that WordPress provides you. I created this class WordPress sites category. The way I did that was just go over here and type in class WordPress sites, put in a slug, which is a version of the name without spaces, or it contains only letters, numbers, and hyphens, and you see this is the slug. I just put in class-WordPress. And you can have a description, but I'm not using a description. Then I just added the new link category, and I created a category. Now what does this allow me to do? If I go back to links, you see that now have Ron Berry, the URL for the page, and the category listed. Let's go into Appearance and look at Widgets. All right, so here under Appearance, Widgets, these are different widgets that you can use on your page. Now, our current theme page has a main sidebar that has the search, recent posts, the things that we saw on the page. Now, I don't particularly want all of these, so I'm going to drag some of these off. The search is handy. The meta is useful in terms of having like the login, log out. And then we have categories. Now this isn't actually the one we want. This is for displaying posts. What I want here is links. So I'm going to drag this in over here. And what I want to do is I want to specify that I only want to see the class WordPress sites. Sort by link title. I don't want to show an image. I do want to show the link name. Save. Now when I go back and take a look at the page, now have the class WordPress sites, link to my site, link to Ron Berry's site. So as I add links with the class WordPress site category, they will automatically show up in here. All right, so I'm going to go back into the dashboard, go to links, go to add new, and add the rest of the class. All right, I've gone through and added the rest of the class so that there's a link to their page. If I go back to all links, I see all the names, all the sites, and I see, just double checking that I remembered to categorize them as class WordPress sites. Mixed in here you see some other links that are not members of the class. So that all looks pretty good. Now given that, I should be able to go back, visit the site, scroll down, and here have a list with links to everyone in the class. And I can reorder these so that this is up at the top. Why don't I go ahead and do that. If I look at the widgets, I see I have the links here. I can just drag the meta section down underneath and leave the links to the class WordPress sites here. Right, go back, visit the site again, and then changes have been made. If I want to try it out, well, I could go to mine. This is the one that I've been working on. Just hit the back button, select someone else at random. How about Richard? Here's Richard Hernandez's site before he's had a chance to update anything on it. All right, so I wanted to show you how these things were done. In your designs that you're working on, you may want to have categories and links in your sidebar as part of your secondary navigation. And that's, we did that in the cookie recipe site where we had secondary navigation to the individual recipes. This is part of how we approach that sort of thing within WordPress.